Caitlin here. I often hear from people that they would love to homestead. They want to do what we're doing, but they don't have acres and acres of land. They don't live out in the country. And I'm just here to encourage you that you can turn your waiting room into a classroom, just like Jess Sowers says. Don't wait until everything's right to figure out this homesteading journey. There's so many things that you can do right now to prepare and to go ahead and learn the skills that will one day set you up for success on a homestead. So, the very first thing that I would like to encourage you to do is to learn skills in the kitchen. This is something that I was really lacking in. In fact, when Matt and I first got married, I could not cook at all. I tried to cook spaghetti sauce from scratch one night, and poor guy, he scarfed it down, but it completely was burnt. It was awful. I took one bite of it and was like, "Well, why are you eating this?" So that is something you can easily do is start to learn skills in the kitchen. Figure out how you cook from scratch. Think about how do you take a whole chicken and make several meals out of it? What can you do with that chicken? You can turn it into chicken broth, all of those things, because when you start homesteading, you get a whole chicken at a time, you know? So learning those skills, learning how to be comfortable in the kitchen, all of that will serve you well once you get on your homestead. Another thing you can do is you can learn gardening skills. And that's something that I am still learning myself. Gardening, for whatever reason, is just really overwhelming to me. I don't know why. For some reason, plants scare me. Animals should, but plants scare me. So go ahead and get started with that. You can do a vertical plant growing system. You can do raised beds. There's those Vigo garden beds that, you can actually transport, pick up and move with you if you're like in a rental house or you think you're going to be moving soon. You can do an herb garden. You can do pots. There's just so many options where you don't have to have tons of land to get started. Another thing I would suggest is getting some backyard chickens. Even if you have a small amount of space, you can probably have to five chickens behind your home, unless you're in an apartment. But even when we were living in the middle of a neighborhood, we did not have an HOA, but we were allowed to have chickens in our backyard. We just couldn't have a rooster. So we got chickens. We actually had like 18 in our backyard in the middle of a neighborhood. But that was a great way to get started. That provided us with our own eggs. We learned how to take care of animals, all of those things. Our kids could get involved. They really enjoyed taking care of those chickens. And we say that chickens are the gateway animal for homesteading. Another thing that you can learn how to do is learn canning. Pressure canning, water bath canning, all of those things are really great skills that will come in handy if you have a garden or if one day you will have a garden. You can go to a local's farmer market or reach out to a local gardener and buy produce in bulk and learn how to process and can it. Learn how to make jams and all of those things and put that up in your pantry to have later on. Another thing that I would suggest doing is finding a local community of people that are interested in homesteading and more natural living. Go ahead and find those people, find local farmers, local gardeners, people that you can rely on because the goal of homesteading is not to be self sufficient. You're never going to be self-sufficient. You cannot always provide all the things for yourself. You're just never going to be able to do that. But by partnering with other people in your community, you are able to support one another. You can barter and trade services and products and all of those things. So go ahead and find a local community. Look on Facebook. Sometimes there's Facebook groups, Instagram. Just search around, go to your local farmers markets, that sort of thing. Search around for your people and go ahead and build that local community. Another thing that you could do is you can start getting comfortable with power tools. Now, I myself This is not my realm. This is my husband's thing. But when you are on a homestead, you're going to be building and repairing a lot of things. For instance, we're all the time building some sort of structure for our animals. We've built a turkey shawl, we've built a chick shawl, we've built chicken coops, we've built chicken tractors. He built a mobile milking station. So there have been so many things that we've had to build and also fix and maintain on our farm. So it's really good if you can go ahead and get handy, get yourself familiar and comfortable with power tools, or you have your husband do that. Um, like I said, that's not my thing, but thankfully my husband and my father-in-law are very handy. And the very last thing that I would like to suggest is to go ahead and find systems and routines and things that work in your home for maintaining your home, for maintaining a schedule, just to create peace within your home. Because when you get to your land or when you start bringing animals and more responsibility in, you're just piling on more to what you already have. So if you already have your home in working order in an efficient and smooth order, that will make bringing those extra responsibilities on just a lot more easier. So, for instance, consider a cleaning schedule, laundry. How are you going to maintain those things? Meal planning and grocery shopping, budgeting. All of those things are things that you can do, things that you can think about and consider before you get to your homestead per se. And then one other thing that I can't believe I forgot out is learning, just getting materials, getting books. I'll show you some of our most favorite books that we've learned from. Getting on YouTube and watching all the channels, Justin Rose, Roots and Refuge, Sow the Land, The Holler Homestead, all of these people, there's so many more that are out there. They're sharing this life and they're teaching you what to do. In fact, we learned for years on YouTube before we got going. We learned so much and we still watch all the time. So there's just so many resources, podcasts, all those things out there that you can learn from before you actually can implement them. So let me encourage you, do not wait to get started. Start now. I wish that I had started years before learning these skills and all of these things, but you have that advantage. Go ahead and get started now. And if you're already in this homesteading lifestyle, if you're already maybe living on a farm or doing these things, share in the comments below. What did you learn ahead of time that was helpful, or what did you wish you had taken time to learn before you dove head first? All right, guys, we'll see you again soon. Bye.